Part C, Directions. This part of the test consists of several talks, each given by a single speaker. After each of these talks, there are a number of questions. You will hear each talk and question only once, and the questions are not written out. When you have heard each question, read the 4 answer choices and select the one, A, B, C, or D, that best answers the question based on what is directly stated or on what can be inferred. Then fill in the space on your answer sheet that matches the letter of the answer that you have selected. Here is an example. You will hear,
Students, this evening we'll have a chance to observe a phenomenon that we've discussed several times in class. Tonight there will be a lunar eclipse. As we've said, when an eclipse of the moon occurs, the Earth passes between the sun and the moon. Therefore, the shadow of the Earth moves across the surface of the moon and obscures it. Because you won't be looking at the sun, it is not necessary to use the special lenses and filters that you need when observing a solar eclipse. You can observe a lunar eclipse with your unaided eye, or with a telescope, and photograph it with an ordinary camera. So if the weather's not cloudy tonight, go out and take a look at this eclipse of the moon. I'm sure you'll find it interesting.
Now, here is a sample question. You will hear, in what course is this lecture probably being given? You will read, A, Philosophy, B, Meteorology, C, Astronomy, D, Photography. The lecture concerns a lunar eclipse, a topic that would typically be discussed in an astronomy class. The choice that best answers the question, in what course is this lecture probably being given, is C, Astronomy. You should fill in C on your answer sheet. Here is another sample question. You will hear, according to the speaker, which of the following occurs during a lunar eclipse? You will read, A, the Earth's shadow moves across the moon. B, clouds block the view of the moon. C, the moon moves between the Earth and the sun. D, the sun can be observed without special equipment. From the lecture, you learn that a lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth moves between the sun and the moon, and the shadow of the Earth passes across the moon. The choice that best answers the question, according to the speaker, which of the following occurs during a lunar eclipse, is A, the Earth's shadow moves across the moon. Don't forget, during actual exams, taking notes or writing in your test book is not permitted. Now let's begin Part C with the first talk. Questions 38 to 42. Listen to a presentation given in an architecture class.
Good afternoon, everyone. As you all know, our class project was to investigate some unconventional styles of housing and report on one. The one I chose is called the Earthship. It was developed by an architect named Michael Reynolds about 25 years ago, and there are about 1,000 of them in existence today. One remarkable thing about the Earthship is that it is built almost entirely of recycled materials. The exterior walls are made of used tires packed with soil. Aluminum cans are tucked between the tires, and the exterior walls are coated with straw and mud. Interior walls are made of cement and glass bottles. This may not sound very attractive, but to learn more about these houses, I visited one not too far from here, and I can tell you the finished building is very beautiful. And these houses use no outside electricity. They generate electricity from rooftop solar panels. They produce no sewage and don't pump water from the ground. So what about costs? You can buy a book describing the building process for around $25 and architectural drawings for $2,000. A small basic house called a nest can be built for about $35,000. Larger Earthships can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, I've brought a small model of an Earthship that I built myself. I hope that when I graduate and am designing houses myself, I can incorporate some of these ideas into my own designs. So, come on up and take a close look at it.
Number 38. Who is the speaker? Number 39. Which of these would not be needed to build an Earthship? Number 40. What did the speaker do to research her project? Number 41. According to the speaker, what is a nest? Number 42. What did the speaker bring with her?
Questions 43 to 46. Listen to an announcement made on a university radio station.
The Central State University School of Engineering invites you to go fly a kite. That is, once you've designed it. This weekend, the 3rd annual kite competition will take place. Building a kite poses a number of engineering problems, and we want to see how you solve them. As in the 2 previous years, there are lots of prizes. There will be prizes for the kite with the largest surface area and for the kite with the smallest. For the kite that can lift the heaviest load and for the kite made from the most unusual material. There's even one for the funniest kite. Of course, all winning kites must be working models. You must be able to fly them at least 100 feet in the air. You don't have to be an engineering student to compete. All interested students at Central State are invited to enter. Preliminary events take place Saturday in the common south of the engineering tower. Final events will be held at the stadium on Sunday afternoon.
Number 43. According to the speaker, how many times has the kite competition been held before this year? Number 44. Which of the following would win a prize in the kite competition? Number 45. According to the speaker, who is eligible to enter the kite competition? Number 46. According to the speaker, when and where will the final portion of the kite competition be held? Questions 47 to 50. Listen to part of a lecture given in an anthropology class.
Students, have you ever been to a potluck dinner where all the guests bring a different dish? The English word potluck is believed to come from an American Indian word, potlatch. Today, we're going to continue our discussion of Native American ceremonies by taking a look at this fascinating ceremonial activity, the potlatch. The potlatch was practiced among all the tribes of Native Americans who lived in the Pacific Northwest region of North America. Among members of these cultures, the concepts of prestige and rank were very important, and potlatches were the primary way to advance their social position. The potlatch reached its most elaborate form among a tribe called the Kwakiutl, who lived in British Columbia, Canada. Potlatches were held to commemorate important events in the families of the hosts, such as births, naming ceremonies, or marriages. After feasting and dancing, the host would give away valuable gifts, such as blankets, jewelry, or food. So, potlatches were a little like our birthday parties in reverse. At potlatches, the host might also throw copper money into the sea and destroy some of his most valuable possessions, such as canoes. As for the guests at potlatches, well, it was their turn next. They were required to hold potlatches of their own and to give away even more valuable gifts than they had received. As you can see, potlatches were a form of investment.
Number 47. What is the speaker primarily describing in this talk? Number 48. According to the speaker, which of the following groups held potlatches? Number 49. According to the speaker, what was a host's primary purpose for having a potlatch? Number 50. Why does the speaker refer to a potlatch as a form of investment?